Have you ever wondered about the geopolitical dynamics of Southeast Asia, especially between the United States, China, Taiwan, and the Philippines? It's a complex web of alliances, conflicts, and power plays, where nations are often seen as pieces on a grand chessboard. And in this game, some countries, according to Singaporean diplomat KISHORE Mahbubani,
Taiwan is clearly going to be affected by this because you're going to be a pawn in this contest.
Mahbubani, a respected figure in the world of global politics, has made some bold statements about the roles of Taiwan and the Philippines. He suggests that these nations are pawns of the United States in its ongoing conflict with China. But what does this metaphor of chess mean in the real world? In the game of chess, pawns are the smallest pieces, often sacrificed to protect more valuable ones. Is this the fate that awaits Taiwan and the Philippines? Are they just sacrificial entities in a larger geopolitical game? And if so, what does this mean for their people, their economies, and their futures? Mahbubani's statements have sparked a flurry of discussions and debates. These conversations are not just academic exercises. They touch on real, tangible issues such as regional stability, economic growth, and national sovereignty. They ask us to think critically about the power dynamics at play and the strategies nations employ to survive and thrive. This geopolitical chessboard is not just a stage for power plays between superpowers like the United States and China. It's also a battleground where smaller nations must navigate carefully to maintain their sovereignty and secure their future. It's a realm where diplomatic finesse, strategic alliances, and careful balancing acts can mean the difference between prosperity and disaster. But what exactly did Mahbubani mean when he referred to Taiwan and the Philippines as pawns? And what are the implications for these nations and the region as a whole? Keep watching until the end for the answer. And while you're at it, don't forget to give this video a like and hit that subscribe button. It takes just 3 seconds, and it helps us bring you more content on the fascinating world of geopolitics. To understand Mahbubani's statements, we first need to grasp the players in this geopolitical game. On one side, we have the United States, a global superpower that has long held sway in the Pacific thanks to its military presence and strong alliances. On the other side, we have China, a rising power that is increasingly asserting its influence in the region. Now let's consider Taiwan and the Philippines, two key players in this geopolitical drama. Taiwan, an island nation that China views as a renegade province, holds strategic importance due to its location in the Pacific and its high-tech industries. The U.S., while not officially recognizing Taiwan as a separate country from China, is committed to its defense. This commitment places Taiwan squarely in the middle of the U.S.-China rivalry. Similarly, the Philippines, an archipelagic country in Southeast Asia, holds a significant strategic position. It is a long-standing ally of the U.S., and its location makes it a vital player in the South China Sea disputes. However, the Philippines also has a complex relationship with China, balancing economic ties with territorial disputes. These nations, Taiwan and the Philippines, are often referred to as pawns in the larger geopolitical game. But it's crucial to remember that these are sovereign nations with their own interests, goals, and strategies. They're not simply passive pieces moved around by the superpowers. They may be small in comparison, but they can still make strategic moves of their own. So, how do these pawns navigate the complexities of this high-stakes game? How do they balance their relationships with both the U.S. and China? And what does this mean for their future? These countries are more than just pieces on a chessboard. They have their own interests and strategies. But how do they navigate this complex game? Surviving in a world dominated by superpowers requires a delicate balance and a good deal of strategic thinking. Consider Taiwan and the Philippines, two nations that have found themselves caught in the crossfire of geopolitical tensions between the United States and China. The question is, how do they navigate these turbulent waters? KISHORE Mahbubani, a seasoned diplomat with a keen understanding of global politics, provides an insightful perspective. He suggests that these nations are not mere victims in this high-stakes chess game. Instead, they are active players, adapting and adjusting their strategies to survive and perhaps even thrive. Taking Taiwan as an example, we see a nation that carefully manages its relationships with both superpowers. With the US, Taiwan maintains strong ties, bolstering its defense and international standing. Yet it also seeks to avoid provoking China, its massive neighbor and major economic partner. The island nation walks a tightrope, balancing between the security offered by the US and the economic opportunities provided by China. The Philippines, on the other hand, follows a slightly different strategy. Historically an ally of the United States, the Southeast Asian nation has in recent years warmed to China. This pivot reflects a pragmatic approach, recognizing China's growing influence in the region and the potential benefits of a closer relationship. Yet, the Philippines hasn't abandoned its ties with the United States. It understands the value of maintaining a foothold in both camps, leveraging its relationships to negotiate better deals and protect its interests. These strategies underscore a fundamental truth. Survival in the geopolitical arena isn't just about choosing sides. It's about understanding the dynamics of power, recognizing opportunities, and making strategic decisions that serve national interests. However, is survival all that these countries are playing for? Or is there more to this geopolitical game than meets the eye? Being a pawn in a geopolitical game has far-reaching implications. It's not just about survival, but also about influence and power. Let's delve into the potential consequences of KISHORE MAHBUBANI's statements for Taiwan and the Philippines. Firstly, being a pawn can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it can provide a certain level of protection. The backing of a powerful ally such as the United States can serve as a deterrent against potential aggressors. For Taiwan and the Philippines, this could mean a safeguard against the looming threat of a more assertive China. But on the other hand, the pawn is often at the mercy of the player. Decisions made by the United States could directly impact the security and sovereignty of these countries. They are essentially caught in the crossfire of a larger geopolitical contest, with their fate tied to the strategies and ambitions of their protector. Secondly, being a pawn can also affect a country's standing in the international community. It can limit their diplomatic maneuverability and their ability to forge independent foreign policies. This could lead to a sense of dependency and even resentment over time. Lastly, being a pawn can have significant economic implications. The risk of conflict and instability can deter foreign investments and disrupt trade relations, potentially hampering economic growth. In the case of Taiwan and the Philippines, their economies are intertwined with both the United States and China. Thus, any escalations in tensions could have serious repercussions. So, what does this all mean for Taiwan and the Philippines? Well, it's a complex and precarious situation. They are stuck in a delicate balancing act, trying to navigate the choppy waters of great power politics while safeguarding their national interests. But can these countries change their roles in the game, and if so, how? The future of Southeast Asia is uncertain, shaped by the moves of superpowers and their pawns. As we delve into the potential future scenarios, we must remember the question posed at the beginning. What does KISHORE MAHBUBANI's bold statement really mean for Taiwan and the Philippines? Let's consider a few possibilities. 1. Should these nations continue to align with the US, they may find themselves in the eye of the storm, particularly if tensions escalate. China's growing assertiveness and the U.S. quote, "S's steadfast commitment to its allies could lead to a delicate and potentially volatile situation." 2. These countries could choose to navigate a more independent path, much like ASEAN. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations has shown remarkable dexterity in balancing relations with both China and the United States, maintaining regional stability while reaping significant economic benefits. Could Taiwan and the Philippines adopt a similar approach? Or 3, we might witness a shift in the geopolitical status quo. As Mahbubani pointed out, The world is transforming into a multipolar sphere. Countries like Taiwan and the Philippines may find new alliances, new opportunities, and new challenges in this evolving landscape. So, what does Mahbubani's statement really mean? It's a call to acknowledge the geopolitical chess game at play and the potential implications for countries caught in the crossfire. It's a reminder that nations, like chess pieces, have roles, powers, and vulnerabilities. And it's a nudge to consider the broader picture, the shifting dynamics of power, the emerging alliances, and the future of Southeast Asia in this global narrative. The geopolitical game continues to evolve, and only time will tell what the future holds for Southeast Asia. Subscribe for more amazing content and keep wondering. Don't miss out on future explorations and discoveries. Hit subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated with our new content. Your journey of wonder continues with every video. Stay connected and engaged on social media. Continue the conversation, follow us. Thank you for being a part of the Have You Ever Wondered community. Keep wondering, keep discovering. Until next time.